Good evening. This is Slow Rider coming to you live from Slow Rider Acres, specifically from the Slow Rider garage where we keep the bikes. We got a 2023 Ducati DIavel V4. We got a 2024 Panigale V2, and then we have another twin 2024 Panigale V2, and then we have a 2023 Royal Enfield GT650 here. I'll do another series on the mods on that bike, and then we have a Himalayan 411. But anyway, so we're focusing on this bike tonight. So I'm going to show you how to install the rear wheel quickly. And before I do that, I'll go over the pricing on the rear wheel. So I did buy from Revzilla website. I bought a Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 240 45 ZR17, and that was $267 from Revzilla. I had it shipped to my house, and I take it down to Cycle Gear, which is their brick and mortar store, and they install it on the wheel for 30 bucks and balance it. So that's a good deal. And so let me just back up a little bit. So typically when you take these rear wheel nuts off, they're not seized, but they're tight because of the dissimilar metals. So use some of this PB Blaster or any sort of penetrating oil like this. You just spray it on the nut, and then it'll let it soak in for an hour or two, and then it should break loose. But the real trick is to have the correct Ducati, I think it's a 52 or 55 millimeter socket. So you can put that on there and take that off. But the real trick to get it off easily is you need this 36-inch breaker bar. I mean, you can see it's pretty big. So it goes from the floor to my hip. So that's 36 inches. So you just put that on and it'll come off. And you have to have someone hold the bike so it doesn't move around on you. And what you do, have a second person just put the front brake and the rear brake on, and then you could torque that off the stand. And then once you get loose, you put it up on the stand. And you do not want to use, do not torque it, do not crank it off with your torque wrench, because you'll ruin your torque wrench. It'll bend the internals of it. So never torque off with your torque wrench, because you'll ruin it. So you want to keep this just for tightening it down. And this is already set to the proper torque, which is on the tool. So the torque is rear is 230 Newton meters. So we'll put that tool there. So what we're going to do now, this is unrehearsed, so I'm going to now install the tire. You guys are going to watch. And let's see, brand new tire mounted. And I did clean and wax it with the original Biker Spirits spray. So when you have the tire off, you might as well shine it up. So this should be pretty easy. Let's see, I'm unrehearsed. This should just go right in. Yeah, it just seats on the 4 pegs. You take the tapered washer, put that on there. You take your Ducati red custom nut just with your fingers, and you hold that on there. I mean, you just hold that on. Get that finger tight. And that's pretty much it. And then I torque it down. So what I'm going to do now is just take this. And having the proper tools is nice. So this works perfectly. So I already have it set at 240 Newton meters. So I'm gonna get this on here. Torque it down. And I probably need an assistant, so see if I can do this myself so I don't have to cut. No. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to need to go get an assistant, but we're just going to cut that part. So just assume I torque that down. I'm going to go get my son to hold this. But basically, you're pretty much done. So once you torque it, you just put the ring on and you're done. And the last step is I have some of this torque seal. So I like the blue stuff because that's what they use at the factory. So what you do is you put a few dabs on the nut and the axle, so you can tell if it moves or not, and then you're all done. Let it dry, and that's how simple it is. It's just the tire goes right on. It's pretty nice, and so that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you how to put the tire on, and to take it off is just the reverse of that. So this is slow header out. So it is a two-man job because you do need someone to hold the, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off the jack, put it down. My son's gonna hold the rear brake and the front brake while it's on the kickstand without the jack. And then I'm gonna click it once and then click it twice and then I'm done. And this is set, it is set to 230 Newton meters. All right, with that, slow rider out, keep it safe. And also, if you see the slow rider, I wear the red Ducati Corsa that says slow rider on it. And I also, usually with this helmet, the Ducati helmet with the yellow highlights to match the bike. And then I also wear the number 64. That's the slow rider number out there on the freeways with the Ducati Airy Regent X helmet. So that's me. So if you see me running around, you know who it is. All right, slow rider out.